I was prohibited from talking to my half-siblings because I'm an affair child.
Shame.
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 Just kidding. No shame in the game. The background. When my mom was 20, she had an affair with my dad. My dad was and still is married and had kids and is around 20 years older than my mom. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, you know what? I think this is an interesting story because I when I was approving it today, OP in the story is in high school. They're like 14, 15. Wow. So this is like with that context.
Through the adolescent view.
Yeah, that should have been at the top of the story. I must have forgot to change that or put that note in there. But this is a actual teenager being like, so my parents are trying to tell me I can't interact with my siblings.
Wow.
So anyway,
interesting.
Just some setting the stage there.
Setting the stage. Now, 6 months into their relationship, my mom got pregnant and decided to keep me even though my dad doesn't want me. I hate how that is the present tense as well. By the way, this comes from BeasterDaughter94149. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit.
The good news is that this kid sounds like they're going to be really funny.
Yes.
Because that's pretty messed up.
We love some good humor. Oh, God. Well, he then came clean to his wife. In order to stay married, his wife told him that he could never see me or my mom again. They then kept me secret from the rest of the family. Ooh.
So affair partner never sees
its
daughter or
affair
mother
partner
again.
and affair baby doesn't see
anyone
in the family. Like just like complete stonewall cutoff, basically.
Okay.
Which I don't know, man. You
can't cut off the kid from the family.
Yeah, the kid. I don't think we can do that to the kid.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I agree.
Damn, that's crazy.
My dad pays child support, but that is the only contact I have ever had with him. My mom told me the truth when I was 11, and she thought that I was ready to know. Before anyone says anything about her character, my mom readily admits she made a huge mistake carrying on with my dad and that she was immature and naive. She never makes me feel like a mistake, though. That is good. At least the mom's good. And dude, the dad was 20 years older than her, you know? So like, not to forgive.
He was 20 years older?
Yes.
I thought he was 20 years old.
No, he was.
What?
Wait. Let me double check. And he's around 20 years older than my mom.
Wow.
Yes, sir. So he knew what he was doing. In the negative way. We don't have a lot of money at all, but my mom is my best friend and makes so many sacrifices for me. So the situation now. 3 months ago, I was contacted on Facebook by a guy who is a senior in high school, a half hour away from where I live. He introduced himself as my older half brother.
Okay, Facebook reuniting families.
Hello, brother. There we go. He said he was contacting me because he'd found out that I existed and wanted to get to know his younger sister. We talked nearly every day for a month. He told me all about my half sisters, who are his older sisters, my aunts, uncles, and my grandparents. I look just like my sisters, and my brother and I are pretty similar personality-wise. For the first time, I felt like a part of a big, happy family. My mom is estranged from her parents and her brother, so it has been only the two of us my whole life. When I was a kid, I always wanted a big brother, so this felt like a dream come true. I hope this is not going to be sad and going to be happy at some point.
Wrong.
I also hoped against hope that someday I might get to finally meet my dad. We were just starting to make plans to meet up in secret when he left his Facebook open on their computer and his mom found his messages to me. The same mom who told, affair partner and affair baby, aka OP and her mom, do not contact any of my family ever. Stonewall agreement. But this is the son. The son didn't, he was a baby, he didn't make any agreement or anything.
Son is acting out of just a place of, I'm a human, you're a human.
Yeah.
Let's be friends because we're related.
Yeah, you're my
who
sister.
Cares? Yeah, we're my sister.
Get to know each other.
I just think this is, it's misguided because I assume that the wife then took husband back.
Yes.
So it's like, you're being like, all right, so if we can make these people functionally non-existent in our lives, I can pretend like it never happened. Which It's not any way to go about that.
Not a recipe for success at all.
You're just like holding down this like beach ball in the pool of like resentment and hate and bitterness. And someday you're going to let go of that beach ball. It's going to explode up out of the pool.
So his mom threw a fit and threatened to leave my dad as well as punch my half-brother out of the house and not pay for his college. Okay, mom is she's working her way up on the a-hole scale. My half-brother told me all of this in a really apologetic final message telling me that we couldn't speak anymore, though he is really unhappy about it and he wishes me the best. Oh, God. When I asked him if my dad said anything to her defending me, he said no. So how I feel now. I feel worthless and like I am not worth being anyone's daughter. Oh, I didn't ask to be born. Why does my dad's wife blame me? I just want a proper family. Though this hurt before I found out the truth, talking to my brother and being so close to being whole, only to have that taken away feels like a cruel tease. I also feel like I can't tell my mom any of this because it would hurt her that I place such an importance on my dad and his family. Oh, yeah, she doesn't want to upset her mom, but then at the same time, it's like that's a huge weight to carry, you know? Well, she already has a lot to carry, my goodness.
Yeah, especially because it's just like they're a unit, so there's a lot. Yeah, but I would admit this is something that needs to be said to your parent.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I'm really feeling like I want to see what's up with the other half of my genetics.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. But I can see it's like she's still at 14, still in high school. It's like it can be hard to go to your parent and be like, this is what I want, you know.
Right.
For me.
Feels like a betrayal.
Yeah.
Which it's really not. You're
Not
just a person. It's totally normal.
Yeah, and you're just sharing your wants, you know? Mm-hmm. Does anyone have any advice on how to cope with this? We do have some comments, and I'm very curious on comments from our own community. Amy Lynn says, OP, get therapy to start, and you will be 18 soon, and then you can do what you want. I mean, I guess OP could...
Well, I don't think that really changes her ability to communicate with the siblings and the families.
Need to shut her out of existence.
So, on to these comments. Commenter number 1 says, she blames you because you're a walking, talking, breathing reminder of his infidelity. It's not your fault, but that's just how it is. This is one of those things that you'll probably have to sort out after you and your siblings are adults and they no longer need their parents' money. I am sorry. Commenter number 2 says, 1, you're not dirty. You are as dirty as you choose to make your life. No one else has input there.
You are dirty as you choose. You can go outside and roll around in the dirt.
Yeah.
No one can stop you.
Yeah, I love how it's like, you're not dirty, but if you want to just jump in a mud pit, then yeah, you could be dirty if you want to. It's like, all right, that's one way to say it. 2, despite what she wants, the cat is out of the bag. While you may never have a relationship with your father, more than likely, at least one of your siblings, and probably most of them, will want to meet you and possibly have a relationship with you. The pull of siblings is strong, even half siblings. Also, contact your grandparents on that side secretly. Ooh.
Secret grandma. Ooh.
Secret grandma.
Secret. It's a secret grandma.
Oh, God.
Secret. She's got a secret mission.
I love my affair, grandbaby. It's okay. You're from an affair because I'm a granny and I just love you.
Okay, Grandma, back into your room.
Never. Granny gonna do what Granny want to do. Granny gonna kick that door open and take life by the horns. Secret Granny. So, your dad's wife likely does not have enough sway with them to prevent them from meeting up with you, even if they need to keep it a secret. It may take a minute, but you will likely gain some family on that side. To which OP responds, I do want to hope that my brother or both of my sisters will look me up once their mom's threats can't hurt them anymore. But at the same time, I don't know if it'd be healthy to wait around like that. Great point, OP. So mature, my goodness. As for my grandparents, maybe, but I don't know how I'd start to look for their contact info. They don't live in the area, and I can't speak to my brother anymore to ask him for it. A reply says, this is such a good idea. Basically, anyone she doesn't have power over, true, you have a right to know them. Also, I just want to throw this out there. Your dad, quote unquote, is a piece of crap. Your brother sounds lovely. Look at who wants to be a part of your life and who doesn't. You have a mother who loves the crap out of you and a brother who went out of his way to track you down and only doesn't continue to talk to you because he's vulnerable and dependent on this woman for survival. The person who doesn't want you is a coward who cheated on his wife after they had kids, rejected the chance to get to know his own child, and allows his wife to keep his children apart. If he isn't toxic, he is most certainly the toddy of a toxic person. Never heard it said that way before.
Never have I either. What?
What is a toddy?
Like a hot toddy.
I know, but that's a drink. He's just a little lemon in water.
Maybe they meant to say body, or they meant to say toddy.
A toddy can refer to a few different things, including a person who flatters others for personal gain.
I'm still
Or a canyon in a Grand Canyon National Park. I think that's the one. I think that's what we're looking for.
He's the Grand Canyon of toxicity.
That's nice. But the strong, good, kind people of this world love you, and don't forget that. To which Opie says, thank you, smiley face. It's been hard to accept that my dad isn't a very good person, though I've been dealing with that since I found out the truth 3 years ago. But I don't want to make excuses for him, so I guess that is progress. Comment number 3 says, have you considered talking to a professional? He/she will really help you bring your self-esteem back, but please remember, you are not worthless. I am sorry about the situation, and hugs to you. Opie says, maybe. I have to admit the thought of going to a therapist or something scares me a bit because of the stereotype that it means that you have problems. And Opie, just take it from me, a person in therapy. That doesn't mean you have problems.
Take it from all the people in this room who've seen therapists.
Take it from all of us, including chat. Chat. So many people who have been therapized.
Perfect echo, dude. That got me. I was like, is that a feed? Is that playing back somewhere?
Yeah, it's like, where is it?
Yeah, totally normal at 14 to be like, oh, I have therapy. Everyone's going to think differently about me.
Yeah.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose.
But it's like at some point, I don't know, you just realize, oh yeah, I am messed up. So is everyone else in their own ways. And it's like therapy is just a tool to make the weird things in your life less weird and mysterious. You're like, oh, that makes more sense now that you've spoken to me that way.
You know?
Even if you already know it.
We're all just lumpy skin sacks just trying to make sense of this crazy world.
Yeah.
You know?
Our central processors, sometimes they get goofy.
Our electric noodles just trying to make it work, but it's hard. So we need a little help sometimes.
They are literally electric noodles.
They say, no, it doesn't. Going to a therapist means you are solving your problems and controlling them instead of letting them control you. Well put. And we have an update. Do we predict that OP is going to reach back out to their other family members? What are we thinking?
I mean, I think you can try. I think the siblings definitely, there's something there, but it's like the mom is clearly like commanding that you be, kept on the outside under pain of financial insecurity. So it's like once they get to a point where they don't have to rely on this woman for anything, I guarantee all your siblings are going to reach out to you. They are.
But, at 14, you're like, dude, that's till senior year.
Yeah.
That's like a freaking a jillion years, bro.
It is a long time. I just think not letting it become like it's because of me that they're not talking to me. It's like just knowing that it's like these are things. It's not because you were born. It's not because you exist. It's because they won't be able to go to college if their mom takes away their college fund.
Yeah.
Like that's not on you.
What do you
it's
think,
on their
Keon?
mom.
What do you think, Keon?
Stinky
I
breath.
think stinky breath over here. I have no comments other than I'm trying to survive for my life from stinky breath.
Stank. Give him the
She
stank.
is a little stinky.
Aw. I know it's been a short amount of time since I last posted, but so much has happened already.
Yes.
First of all, the advice I got gave me the courage to tell my mom what had happened.
Good.
Hooray!
Yes, you did say that. Yes.
Yes. She was a bit hurt that I did not think she was enough. Not true at all, but I understand why it would come off that way. But was even more upset that I had been feeling so badly about myself. See, there we go. I told her the morning after I posted before school, and she let me take the day off and took me out to lunch so we could talk about everything and rehash my feelings. Dude, I'm sorry, but taking the kid out of school for the day and just like Being with them is the most G parenting move ever.
Yes, huge W.
Sorry, but not sorry. She was glad that I'd come into contact with my half-brother, and she said he sounded like a nice boy. She also said that we couldn't talk anymore, but understood completely why and does not blame him at all. The next day after we talked, she told me that she thinks I could use talk therapy. Apparently, she had been seeing one briefly when I was a baby, and it helped her a lot. We couldn't get an appointment for one soon, but in 3 weeks, I will see a therapist for the first time. Dude, OP, shout out to OP, man. Shout out to OP.
Big shouts to OP.
Taking great advice and following with it.
Indeed.
Better than some of you freaking grown butt adults out there
That is
who are just like, oh, I want my sister to pay for my wedding and I won't listen to anyone. Oh.
Yeah, you know who we're talking about.
You know who we're talking about.
You know you are.
Yeah.
I also have to point out that it's, I think, immediately telling that OP is younger by being like, we didn't get it for very soon, but in 3 weeks I'll have a therapy appointment. It's like, that lightning fast.
Yep. Lightning McQueen over here.
Yeah, it's actually.
Lightning McTherapy.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
That one came together. I'll give myself props for that one.
Go to the wide shot.
Yeah. Now for this next part. I will use names for the most part because there are a lot of people, so it could get confusing otherwise. Okay. One comment made in the last post stuck out to me that I could make a fake account of some sort and talk to my brother, Ryan, by the way. I was kind of nervous about getting my brother Ryan in trouble, but I did want to say a proper goodbye. During our last conversation, I was in shock and upset, so I didn't get the chance to tell him how much I appreciated him talking to me. Oh. So I decided to find a way at least to do that and almost immediately found a really obvious way. Instagram. Time to slide in those DMs.
We found it.
Haha.
The tool they didn't want us to know about.
This underground tool that nobody knows about.
I hear it's instant.
Oh, God. I made a fake one and messaged his account, telling him I don't want to get him in trouble, but that it means the world to me that he went out of his way to find me and that I love him. I told him he didn't even have to reply. But the thing is, Ryan did respond to me.
Good. Of course he did.
We got it. He told me he loved me too and that he wants to talk again when he's in college. He told me something else, though, that he told our older sister, Haley, about me a couple of weeks after he found out about me, and that he thinks she'd respond if I reached out to her. I have another older sister, Sarah, and she's a huge daddy's girl, so Ryan was afraid to tell her. Ryan said that she was nervous and shy about contacting me, so I made the first move. He gave me Haley's school email, and I sent her something telling her who I was. This morning, I found a very long, kind, and loving email from Haley in my inbox. Let's go.
All right.
She is 20 and goes to college 10 hours away. She told me about how happy she was to hear from me. Haley also shed light on my bio dad and his wife. The biggest reason why she was so receptive to me was that she was already used to the idea of him cheating. When she was very young, her and a friend Sarah had a best friend for years. Then one day, when Haley was around 10, my sisters abruptly weren't allowed to hang out with her anymore or talk to her at school.
No way. Hold on. We're not about to find out that OP is not the first product of this weird cheat on me and get someone pregnant and then we'll never talk to them or see them ever again scenario.
It might not be another affair baby, but it might be another affair.
Okay.
Minus the baby.
Okay.
Or maybe it is.
Okay. Let's go.
He loves having affair babies.
It's crazy.
He's addicted. It's what he wants.
If he's done this twice, fool me once, all right? Well, fool me twice? And no way.
No way. Please dump him at that point. But let's see. So when she was 18, Haley's mother told her that the reason was that my bio dad and the friend's mom had been having an affair and had been caught. Ryan doesn't know this. Haley also told me that she remembers a lot of times when she was in high school when our dad and her mom almost divorced and that they actually separated for 2 years when she was a kid. From the tone of her email, Haley does not seem to like our dad very much, and I understand why. She also told me she doesn't think it's a good idea to tell Sarah about me right now, since she will just run to their mom with the info and make things horrible at home, which will affect Ryan the most. Because again, she was like, hey, if you talk to her one more time, then no more college fund. And I'm kicking you to the streets, which is crazy.
Right.
Which is crazy. And like Katie Paladin said, everyone sucks here. Dad is a serial cheater.
Yeah.
Why do we not divorce him? Like, why do we keep having these like rules and stipulations if he's just gonna go just bust through them?
I bet you it's finances. I bet you it's finances, and then that's why it's like this weird misdirected bitterness that she's given towards the kid. It's like, I'll take away your college fund. It's like, well, I bet you it's like the dad's money maybe, and then it's like, you know, she'll be like, well, we're not paying for his college anymore because guess who he's been talking to? Your mistake. It's like, I don't know.
Everyone wants to keep daddy's money. That's what it's giving.
I'm still going back to fool me once, fool me twice. He cheated on you once. He cheated on you again. He'll cheat on you a third time. He'll do it a fourth. Just leave him. Figure it out. Divorce.
She did, however, give me the home address of my aunt, Jolene, my bio dad's younger sister. Apparently, Jolene is estranged from my bio dad and his wife, but still talks to my half siblings, so is an ideal person to contact. Let's go.
It sounds like maybe the infidelity runs in the family if your sister's Jolene.
Dude.
That was a pretty good cut.
Nice.
That was a pretty good one.
We're all on fire today. Thank you so much, Reddit, for helping giving me the courage to reach out and make all of these family connections. I felt a bit selfish doing it, like I could be forcing my way into their lives, but they do seem happy to talk to me. I have one piece of sad news, however. Haley also told me that within the 2 months that Ryan and I were in touch, that my paternal grandmother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. She had been having memory problems for a year before the diagnosis, but the family is still very sad. However, I don't know if I should still try to talk to my grandparents now. They have a lot on their plate, as does the rest of the extended family. I don't want to be a bother. Again, thank you, Reddit. And we do still have some relevant comments here. Commenter number 1 says, OP, you and 2/3 of your half siblings sound great. the whole math problem. Be patient and let your relationships with Ryan and Haley evolve at a sustainable pace. Sometimes in high emotion situations, more than that can be too much too soon. Also, you don't want Ryan to suffer consequences. You have your whole lives to get to know one another and enjoy your connection with them. Congratulations. Obi says, thank you. I don't want to be too aggressive either because, like you said, Ryan could suffer. I think I will let Haley and Ryan themselves dictate how I should proceed. OP is just, can we just talk about how OP is just 10, 20, 30 years ahead?
They're built different these days.
They're built freaking different.
They're building them different. In whatever laboratory they cook them up in, they got all kinds of advanced circuitry and
the Alpha Lab, dude.
They are in the Gen Alpha Lab.
Gen Alphers.
Just absolutely cooking.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm scared for them.
I am going to write my aunt because she doesn't speak to my dad's wife. So there's like pretty much no harm, no foul there. Someone replied, don't be too quick to pass judgment on Sarah either, OP. This is a huge life event in its own way. She will need time and maturity to handle it also. Learning your parents are human and make mistakes could be tough. OP says, yeah, it seems like my siblings have a previous problem with Sarah that's affecting how they're talking about her to me, to be honest. I'm trying not to be judgmental. Commenter number 2 says, that's wonderful. I'm so mad at your bio dad, but at the same time, sounds like you dodged a bullet kind of, because it sounds like his home may have been pretty dysfunctional. Like if he'd actually gotten with your mom, he would have just cheated on her and made her miserable. These are interesting points. I really don't understand bio dad's wife's perspective. What entitlement? I hope she gets her comeuppance and you sweep into their lives and all the siblings accept you openly. What a terrible thing to tell one's own children they cannot talk to their own relations who have done nothing wrong.
Exactly. That's the thing that's so wild about it.
Yeah.
Just the kids didn't do anything.
And I get that it sucks. But you can't punish the innocent child. Punish the person who did that. Don't punish innocent children.
Be okay with it or don't be.
Yeah.
But can't just put it in a box and pretend like it doesn't exist. They're people.
They're people, ladies and gentlemen. Opie says, I just find myself feeling really bad for her. Like my mother told me more info about her final conversations with her and my dad when she found out she was pregnant. And apparently his wife told my mom that she was a witch who people wouldn't miss if she passed away. My God.
And honestly, understandable crash out when you realize that your husband has cheated on you and is going to have a baby with another woman. Like probably, I mean, it's not like, it's not true, but like if you're going to crash out, like it makes sense that you would maybe do that.
I mean,
doesn't make it right.
I get her anger towards her because she was complicit in cheating, but again, like, I don't know, like, yes, for sure.
It's not right.
The anger comes out.
It makes sense. That it would happen.
But I'm also like going back to the age gap. It's like if I were in the mom shoes, I would be like, oh, you were like essentially taken advantage of by my husband.
Yes.
You know? So
because the reality is that, of course, the husband is the most at fault in the situation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's no debating that.
But at the same time, she's gone through so much pain in her life and she seems like a very sad and hurt person. I don't think people deserve the life she has. And we have a second update here. We might just get another update on her connecting with more of the family. Specifically, Jolene.
Oh, guy, please, Jolene. Hey, please don't take my man.
Don't.
I know you could. Don't do it, Jolene.
Please.
I know it.
Don't do it.
You know it. I know it.
Let's get into this next update.
Yeah,
boys and girls.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Hi. I wasn't originally going to update again, but I am in an emotional hole and I don't see the therapist I told you about until Thursday. I also have a few questions that I could use advice on. I was advised last time to delete my account and I will probably end up doing this after this one. I just really need help. So April 4th was my 15th birthday. Happy birthday. And 2 days before that, I got a birthday card in the mail with a Starbucks card from my dad's family.
Ooh.
It's not signed from him or anyone in particular, just from the last names. So, you know, the family.
The names.
The names.
Oh, yeah.
Well, also included in the card was a handwritten letter from my stepmom. I think meaning the husband's...
Yeah. Okay.
The
anti-child mom.
The anti-child mom. Since this sub doesn't allow links, I've written it out here. If anyone wants me to send them a picture of it, just personal message me. Dear OP, this letter reads, I have no nice way to say this to you, so I apologize if this comes off harsh. We know it's about to be very harsh.
Terrible way to start a letter.
Yup. Just know that I'm writing as a wife and a mother, and I'm trying to appeal to any common decency you may or may not have.
Could have left out the may not.
Could have left that
You're
out.
fishing, you're cruising for a bruising at this point. That's what you want.
My daughter told me she is in contact with you, and she has done that only to hurt and punish me because of issues that are none of your business. Please don't let her do that. I don't know if you were raised with any understanding of family in your household.
Dang, hold on, because this is about to go so crazy. I can tell. Like, first of all, lady, I'm already a problem that's not your issue, right?
Yep.
You've determined that.
Yep.
So what are you trying to tell me what to do? Huh? Oh, the audacity of this lady. I wish I could verbally eviscerate her.
The audacity.
Yeah. So just know this is all wrong. If 15-year-old OP, know that this is all horse caca.
Yes, that is absolute facts. I also love how she's so condescending. The Starbucks gift card, dude. It's just screams condescension and you're beneath us.
Yeah.
Anyways, but in our family, we put the good of others over our own selfishness. I think that's completely incorrect, but let's keep going. Honestly, you are being very selfish in trying to get to my husband. He has provided for you well these past years, and honestly, I'm hard pressed to know what else you could possibly want. That is also not true.
Maybe like a conversation.
Yeah.
Have you heard of those?
You could, what, my husband gave you $400 a month in child support. What more could you possibly want?
Maybe just like a friendly nod and a wave of some kind.
You know, the little two finger, like, hey, partner, hey, bucko, something. Please, OP, we were happy and at peace before you decided your own wishes mattered more than our ability to sleep well at night.
Hey, sister, no, you clearly were not at peace. Damn. I hate being right. This woman is so deluded that she really thinks she can fix her marriage by putting the affair stuff just in the garage, in a box, out of sight, and
Correct.
that is the equal of everything's better.
Yep. Nothing
ever got better. Ever. It never did.
He kept cheating.
And you're okay with that. You've signed off on it. You're still with him.
Yep. My God. I know you are young, and young people are not the most empathetic.
Coming from the queen of empathy,
Coming
folks.
from the queen of empathy. But I hope you'll listen to me now. Here we go. Stay away from my family. You're causing us nothing but pain. Stepmom.
Yeah.
Her name, technically.
Change all of the us's to me, my. And then that's that. Then
Yep.
it's accurate. It's
Yes.
not the whole family. It's just her. She's like, hello, painful reminder of my husband's infidelity. Ouch. You are hurting me because you're making me remember that my husband doesn't treat me right.
Oh, I cannot even with this woman.
Oh, God.
I know it seems unreal. Main reason why I'll send a picture to anyone who wants one, and I'm still stunned this was sent to me. A, who the heck does this? B, this has made me feel devastated and horrible. And C, I'm really angry about her passive-aggressive digs towards me like I was raised like a wild animal because my mom made a mistake. I've done what she wants, though. I don't think I'm ever going to contact any of them again. Oh, no.
No. This is just teenager. No. This is just teenager. You're not ruining the whole family.
Yep.
You're just messing up her flow that she has like carefully and particularly like made sure like, and we'll never think these thoughts. And as long as we never think these thoughts, then they're not real and they've never happened. And you're just upsetting this equilibrium. That's all.
Yes.
You're fine.
Hopefully in time she'll come to realize that, like, wait a second, let me not appease her stupid freaking want to just push me down like the beach ball in the pool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me spring up like the joyous beach ball that everyone, has the time of their life, playing a good game of pool
This
volleyball.
is where the good Reddit comments are so crucial.
Yes.
We need the good Reddit comments on this story.
It worked so well before.
We need them.
Let's do it again.
Yes.
Opie says, I already knew my sister had told her about me because 3 days before I got this, she emailed me saying she was sorry, but she was fighting with her mom and the truth slipped out because she was upset and wanted to hurt her. My brother genuinely hasn't been talking to me though, so he is still safe. I showed my mom the letter and she is pissed. Right. Oh yeah, she should be. First thing I thought was like pissed at OP, but pissed at the mom, right? Come on.
Right.
She told me that she will give me the choice, but if I said yes, she will find my dad and confront him about his wife's actions. I don't know, but what I do know is that you can listen to full freaking episodes full of stories just like this, ladies and gentlemen. Go to Spotify, Apple, iHeart, and search OK Storytime. You're going to have over 60 days straight of content. That is enough to get you through any test, anything you got in life. It's going to help you through it. So just go check it out. Go check it out before I get angry.
You wouldn't like him when he's
Dakota,
angry.
they don't want to see me angry.
He turns into the Red Hulk when he's angry.
I guess my questions for you guys are, how do I stop feeling like a stupid piece of spawn cum, OP, pawn scum, OP, you...
Never heard that before.
You are freaking awesome, and do not let this mom is a fully grown adult who is a fully baby child. She can go to timeout and we can give her pacifier to suck on because she's a Dumbo, and you're freaking awesome and mature, and you're doing great. Like, you're doing so great. Keep going to therapy. Keep listening to the awesome people in the comments. Keep doing that. keep doing that.
Yes.
Stay open. You know, if you don't feel like reaching out to the family right now, that's of course totally fine. If they reach back out, maybe see if you want to talk to them, or maybe you get to the point where you want to reach back out again. Just do that. Do all of those things. Do all of those things.
Yeah.
Do all of those things.
You teenager.
Be a teenager.
You teenager.
Ugh.
You're right at the age where you start to like figure out. You're like, oh wait, just because adults are older than me, it doesn't mean that they're always right or better.
Yes.
It's like you're finding out right now that this fully grown woman who's like has a family literally doesn't even know, can't even conceive that she's actually kept you from your family.
Yeah.
Because and her thoughts are asinine and hold no weight.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Should I get my mom to confront my dad? My gut tells her that she shouldn't be involved, but at the same time, my more selfish side wants her to yell at him. Should I be the bigger person and send them a thank you card for my birthday present? Thanks in advance, guys. What do we think about those last 2 points? Should mom talk to the bio dad, and should OP send this like thank you card back to get a little?
I think you should
Little gotcha.
definitely like. I think the funniest thing to do would just be to send the thank you card back and be like, "Love you guys." Then that would just to upset the mom.
Oh yeah.
But I think honestly, it's like as you get older, it's like your siblings you're going to create and establish more of a relationship with your half siblings. Once they get out from under the thumb of their mother, you really don't have to take into consideration anything that she thinks once that happens.
Yep.
You know?
Completely agree.
And she's literally trying to bully you like she's an adolescent trying to
Yes.
scare you into like
Don't talk to my family. Everyone hates you, and you're making everything worse. So just leave us alone.
it's like what?
Shut it, stepmom. You're not my real mom. But we got some comments. Comment number 1, please stop letting terrible people make you feel terrible about yourself. Keep talking to your therapist. Your worth has nothing to do with whether or not you're acknowledged by your father. He and his wife are clearly awful people, and you're better off without them in your life. Opie says, I haven't seen him yet. I see him for the first time this Thursday. Whoa. I guess we have a lot to talk about. Yay. This is about to be crazy. And we have commenter number 2. Ignore her completely. She is literally nothing to you but a pest. Then keep in contact with your sister as much as you want. Don't let other people's actions control your happiness, which is what she's doing, funnily enough. Opie, another reason I'm wary to keep talking to my sister now is that the only way she could have gotten my address was from my sister, since she asked me a bit before this happened for my address so she could send me a birthday present. Reply, actually, if your father has been paying child support, they already had your address to do that. She didn't necessarily get it from your sister. And reply, she may have been snooping, so it may not be your sister's fault. Comment number 3 says, I would be tempted to F with the switch. Send her a reply that you're okay with not contacting her family again because you're now in contact with the other half siblings, the other affair family.
Yeah, I mean, it's the funny thing is to try to annoy her.
Yeah.
But just who cares? It's like
Yeah.
it feels like her thoughts and opinion matter a lot because she's like the step mom, and it's like, or she's an adult and she's like kept you for so long from these people, but like really, like her thoughts don't matter at all in this situation.
Absolutely agree.
All that matters is your siblings' thoughts.
That is absolutely true, and they're about you. So just keep waiting in the
They're
tuck
literally thinking, I can't wait for my mom to be not in charge of my life anymore so I can
Yes.
talk to you. Like,
Come on, mom. Let me go with my fair sister half baby. Come on, I'm a fair baby half sister.
my fair half sister baby.
Dude, my brain is short circuiting right now. This is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Commenter number 4 says, I would absolutely let your mom get involved. It is not fair of this grown woman to be speaking to you this way. As a mom, it makes my blood boil even thinking of someone disrespecting my son like this. Your mom can tell your dad to get his wife off your back. It's not okay to punish a child for your spouse's affair. And that is absolutely true. And that is at the end of that story. But it's not the end of this episode.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Because our very own, the big, sexy, illustrious Dakota Bring the Pain is about to bring the pain, Maine. So good. So good. So get your ear holes ready for a wild, wild ride.
It's pretty good.
Story Lane.
That's a pretty tall intro there.
Oh, I got you.
My family is trying to shame me into giving them money after years of alienation.
Shame!
Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding. Shame. Shout out my Game of Thrones heads who will understand that reference. Trigger warning. Pretty abruptly, miscarriage will be mentioned in this story, so if you can't hear that, don't listen to this. I've always been kind of the GOAT with my family, and by that, I don't mean greatest of all time.
Okay.
I mean my family kind of always looked down on me.
Okay.
And held me to unreasonable expectations.
Okay.
Which makes you the GOAT, kind of, in the greatest of all time sense.
I guess so.
I think it's because, other than my dad, I was the only male in the house. By the way, this comes from user Stan Burgerman. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit.
That's great.
So, I didn't get any special consideration for being the youngest, not that I'd want any. And anyway, that was rendered irrelevant once my youngest sister was born. She was sort of the golden child throughout our childhoods, but my oldest sister also had a special place of pride for being the oldest kid. I was the middle kid, and even though I'm male, I got hand-me-downs from my sister as long as the clothes weren't too effeminate.
Oh, no. That's not good.
Never fun.
Not fun.
Never fun. As an adult, I can see how that's practical and money-saving, but as a child, it was embarrassing and also hurtful to see your sisters constantly get new clothes and new bikes while I had to wear girls' clothes and ride hand-me-down girl bikes.
Oh, no.
Now, John's laughing because that's just objectively funny.
Oh, God. Dude.
But you know what is not funny is
What?
how tough that and funny it will make you when you get older,
That's true.
right?
Yeah, look at him.
Look at him go.
Look at all of us. Look at how we became this
Oh.
mess.
I'm a only child.
Okay.
What
Even
do you mean?
better.
Well, I didn't get hand-me-downs from my sister. Did you get hand-me-ups from Kiona? Wait, what? Because John has an older sister.
Younger.
Oh, well, never mind. That everything is out the door now. Everything's out the window, folks. It's the end of the day. It's all out the window. Where is it? It's out the window. There it is. The window's open. You could just hear it.
It's open.
I think that window's flirting with me, dude. Ooh. Okay. God, okay. Interestingly, my younger sister never had to wear hand-me-downs from my older sister. Seems like she should have been the first candidate for those. My mom and sisters pretty much had an easy life while my dad was alive because they just rode him all day long and henpecked him until he passed away 15 years ago from a heart attack. He was only 58.
Oh, my goodness.
Low-key implying that they are why he had a heart attack is wild. Growing up, sometimes my dad tried to do special guy things with me, but my mom shamed him into stopping it. I just don't get it why my mom was always so cynical and negative towards me. My hair was always too long or ugly, I was too skinny, and then when I started working out in high school, suddenly I was too muscular, then I was too tanned, then too pale, and my grades weren't good enough. Then once I got into a good school for college, it wasn't even that good. When I earned my degree in business, I was a wannabe businessman fast food employee.
Oh. What?
What is it that causes this? I mean, clearly, if we're just playing like Occam's razor, it's because he's the boy. It's because he's a boy and all of his other siblings are girls, and the mom's picking on the boy, giving all the boy the hand-me-down older sister clothes because she just wants a girl?
He ruined her perfect vision of having 3 little girls.
Yeah,
He ruined
it's
it.
like,
He ruined the vision.
folks, if you are not ready for either or, don't you dare go get pregnant and then be upset that your child doesn't exist in the right box you wanted them to.
Well, hey, this is
Absurd.
OP's fault.
This is all
Maybe
fault.
if he didn't
When
have
you
that,
say it like that,
maybe if he didn't have that wiener hanging down there, none of this would be happening.
maybe you should have thought about that before you were born a dude.
Come on, just
You
go
Filth.
yeah,
You
and just pull it back in. Just shoop. There you go. Do that.
I'm scared. When I got into graduate school for a master's, it was because it was a stupid idea. Not like I asked anyone to help me pay for it. Why do you dress like that? You look dumb. Why don't you own a house? Your car's old. No one will respect you. You know how that goes. Have we stopped listening to her, though? That's my big question. Are we still being like, yeah, like, all right.
I hope, but it's hard.
I'm too pale. I'm too.
It's hard being inundated. Like,
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I
childhood.
feel like everyone goes through this to some extent at some point. But it's like at some point you just go, oh, like you have the realization. You're like, oh, I don't care actually. Oh, I hear you. Not listening though.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I'm my own person.
Not letting that one get absorbed into my brain sponge.
Yep.
I worked and earned my own pocket money starting at age 15 with a job at a fast food restaurant. So that's why they all picked on me for working fast food. Can't think of a dumber thing than to pick on a teenager for having a fast food job. Like, you know.
You work in fast food as a teenager. Look at
Oh my God.
stupid.
What are you doing? Working at the job basically designed for you to work at? What are you?
You got
Dumb
me.
and stupid?
You got me.
Eventually, I became assistant manager of the restaurant at age 21 when I was almost done with college. My sister would often mock me for working in fast food, and my mom would too. It wasn't gentle ribbing or teasing in a loving way. No. It was spiteful insults, trying to hurt my feelings and make me feel small. Speaking of feeling small, I'm really tall. I'm 6'5".
Dude.
And they also made fun of me for never trying out or being good at basketball or caring about any other sports. Ugh. This is where I go back and I'm like, oh, sorry. Oh, did you guys sign up for the beauty pageant? Oh, wait, you're gross.
Got him.
And they go, I can't believe you'd say that. I'd be like, yeah, oh my God, insults are annoying, huh? Can you maybe stop doing them to me? I see you hidden affair, baby.
Ooh,
From
your poison,
your poison
tonic.
tonic.
That's a great conspiracy theory.
Makes a little more eyes. Makes a little more sense than just he's a guy and I hate you. When my dad passed away, he left everything to my mom, which is to be expected, including the house. He left me and each of my siblings $10,000 just as some extra money on the assumption that my mom would leave the kids everything equally upon her own passing many years later. I already knew back then that my mom wouldn't leave me much, if anything, compared to my sisters. My sisters continued to live at home, but once I graduated college, I moved across town to my own apartment. They weren't sad to see me go. I've been living on my own ever since, and it's been going on almost 20 years now. I grew up in a rather large house. This was Kansas, where it was possible for a normal dude like my father to own a big home. So when my sisters got married, their husbands moved in too. Is that also Kansas? Is that we're not in Kansas anymore? That's insane. Family husbands? That's insane. We're all gonna live in the same house with all our husbands.
They got married and moved in together. The sisters.
They all live in the
Yeah.
family house with their husbands.
Interesting. Okay.
That's one way to say it. So their husbands are both college-educated guys, but I could tell they enjoyed the idea of not having to pay for their own house or any rent. My dad had built a small guest house behind the home, which he always told me would be mine when I grew up. But after he passed away, I could tell my mom had the place earmarked for her daughter and future son-in-law. My older sister and husband stayed in my former room in the big house. Well, whatever, right? I had my own thing going on. These days, I'm regional manager of a mid-sized restaurant chain. Not fast food, but close. And although I'm not rich, I live quite comfortably. And also, buddy, even if it was fast food, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Seriously. You've done the thing.
Yeah. I had a pretty wealthy friend growing up. You know what their family did? Well, they franchised a bunch of fast food restaurants. And they were rolling in it.
There you go.
The money, not the restaurants.
Hopefully not.
They kept the restaurants very clean.
That's good. That's good. Even if they rolled, they'd still be clean.
I could afford to put a down payment on a house, but I like the easy freedom of having an apartment. At 30, I married my longtime girlfriend, who my mother and sisters always hated because she was Jewish and also 8 years older than me. They would say, your girlfriend is too old. She will never have a baby. Well, none of them came to my wedding, even though they were invited. We actually conceived a baby, but it was, god damn. Damn! That got too real. I had to reset.
Okay, we're going to reset.
Shit.
Here we go. You got it. I believe in you.
Okay. But we lost the pregnancy. My mom and sisters found out about it, and rather than I'm about to crash out on this story, dude.
Here we go.
They better not.
Here we
They
go.
better not, dude. I
we
will
go.
find you. And rather than express any condolences for a woman who just lost a child, my mom and sisters treated me to unsolicited I told you so's and didn't send my wife as much as a card. I love my wife. And since we don't have kids, we have French bulldogs. We live in a big bungalow apartment with a yard for them, so whatever. My family mocks me for that too. Like, I'm not a man because I don't have kids. Buddy, I think you should stop thinking of these people as your family. Like, you don't even have to think that. These are just creatures that slithered out of a tide pool, snuck into a house that you lived in. It's not like I accuse my sister's husbands of not being men because they live in their mother-in-law's house. Everyone does their own thing. My wife's family is somewhat successful in the furniture business, and they're a lot nicer to me than my own family. My mother and father-in-law offered to buy me a new car. I drive a 2000 Honda Accord, which is still in mint condition, just this year, but I said no thanks. And they seemed to be impressed that I didn't accept gifts. Well, after all that background, finally, let's get to my point. It seems my sisters and their husbands have had all sorts of business schemes and tried to open their own yoga studio because I guess my sisters are into that stuff.
Okay.
Sort of a whole, gee, I like coming to yoga class, so naturally I understand business economics and should open my own yoga studio. There is no way these people have the gall to reach out to you for business advice, right?
I think it's going to be worse than business advice. I think it's going to be the other thing that businesses need.
I've remembered the title
Yup.
of the story.
I see you.
Personally, I thought that the kind of boutique, expensive yoga studio that they had in mind was more of a Manhattan or Beverly Hills thing, not a small town thing, but whatever. It's none of my business. Literally. They never asked my advice, so I never said anything. Plus, my sister's husbands both fancy themselves as business savvy. One of them sells insurance, the other works as a new accounts person at a bank. So it's not like my counsel was ever needed. Of course, they failed, and spectacularly so. And my mom foolishly put her house up as collateral for the business?
Oh.
Yo, they're not okay. Let's go. Woo, 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 woo.
What's that, chat? That's karma.
Yeah, baby.
Coming back around.
Yeah. You were morally bankrupt. Now you're financially bankrupt. Let's go.
That is true.
I'll admit that in a petty way, I felt a bit of
Say it. Say it.
Say it right now.
schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude?
But overall, I was upset, especially because both of my sisters have small children. There are 9 people living in my old house now. Now the bank is threatening to take over their house if they don't come up with a certain sum of money. It's a lot of money, but money that I happen to have. And they know it. They all approached me with appeals by phone, message, text. They've always known where I live, but have never once tried to come visit me. They all told me how I should be a good brother and son and how this is what my father would have wanted and all that. Neither of my sister's husbands have said a word to me about it, and I doubt I'll see 1 penny of my money back if I loaned it to them. My mom especially has been laying it on thick about how she's an old woman and will be cast out of her familial home and all that. I hope you do what I think you're going to do.
Please. Please.
Buy their house out from under them. Buy the house. You go, yeah. You go, I'll help you. Don't worry, I'll handle the whole thing. Buy the house that the bank is about to foreclose on and then kick them out. Thank you. She's even gone so far as to hint that my rich Jewish wife's family can pony up the dough.
Anti-Semitism
Feels
coming back,
super
baby.
weird. It's very weird. I haven't yet returned any of their calls or texts. I'm still thinking about how they always have a big Christmas party every year and never invite me or my wife. Partly because they don't like me and partly because they don't like that my wife is Jewish. But you know what you do like and what I like?
What's that?
I like that you can listen to full episodes with stories just like this on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on Apple Podcasts, any place where you can listen to podcasts. All you got to do is search OK Storytime, and there you have it. All of it. The kit, the caboodle, the howdy doodle, my noodle.
What I would like to see this man do is take all of the comments that they've made over the years and sew them together in a consistent response back to them. Let me give you some examples, right? So they're like, hey, we need some money. We need to get out of foreclosure and get this house and everything. It's like, well, I'm too dumb and stupid because a wannabe a wannabe businessman fast food worker could never scrounge up the pennies to pinch together to ever dream of affording to help you because I'm so stupid and dumb and can't do anything right.
Yeah.
And I'm so incapable. Get
just to the point where you're like, what's a bank?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm too dumb to know how money works.
I could never imagine getting on my princess tricycle and riding over to the bank with my pink streamers flying in the wind to take my 2 nickels that I've saved to manage in my Bratz t-shirt that exposes my belly button to hand my 2 nickels to the bank clerk and say, I want to buy this house for my family. I could never imagine doing that.
2 nickels for my familial home.
Dude.
I made them working fast food.
Right?
Would you like to insult me? I'm stupid.
Love to Eat says you should make them a scrapbook of all of their own messages.
Oh my God.
And all of that, all of them I need is a reply to their questions. That is what I need. I need them to understand.
Yeah. I know that if I confronted them about it, they would just say, you're family. You don't need to be invited. Just show up. But I know dang well they don't want me there. My wife says it's up to me whether I want to help or not, but she also says that there is power in mercy. I don't know, though. I think she's bigger than me in that way. I'm looking for some outside perspectives on what to do here. Thanks for any advice, Reddit. And there are some comments. And also on a very real level, you say you have the money for a down payment on the house. I would try to figure out how to buy this house from the bank. 100%. 100%.
I think, honestly, just freaking leave him to flounder.
Yeah, of course. No, buy the house from the bank. Don't let them back in it.
Yeah.
Well, because they even said, their dad was like, oh, I built this house in the back literally for you, right? So you'd always have a place.
That's true.
And then they immediately disregarded you for that. It's this is low-key, you had a place to belong in this house, and they squandered their chance to live in the house.
Yeah.
So now you can just go ahead and buy it from the bank.
I think if OP wants it and it's this is a good deal because it's being foreclosed on, I say yes. Otherwise, because he wasn't thinking about it before. He wasn't I guess they would have to sell, they wouldn't have sold
it would
just
feel so good for me personally. It's probably not the angel move. It's not the Buddha Nirvana move for sure. But I think given the 20 years of history and context, I would not be able to resist. If I had the means to buy the home out from under them, I would 100% do it. And I'd let them know it was me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd let him know it was me.
It would be a little bit just devilishly sweet. I can't deny it. I can't deny it.
Yeah, because it's what you do. It's not like you're hurting your family. These people aren't your family. They ostracized you. They expelled you.
Yeah.
They exiled you.
Yeah.
Cruelly, painfully. They tried to hurt you as often as possible. You don't need mercy. Ignore their pleas for money.
Yes.
They have no use for you except as a means to continue the life they've always led without you. Your wife is a good-hearted person, but all you would get would be insults and then more begging.
Mm-hmm.
Reply, oh God, yes, please follow this advice. Please, 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 please do not give them a single cent. They cannot even pretend to be kind or respectful when asking you for tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Your rich Jewish wife's family? They mock you even when begging you to bail them out.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, they are ugly, 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 undeserving people. Comment number 2. Ask yourself, if I was in trouble, would they help me? If the answer is no, then you know what to do. And that's the end of that story. That was perfect.
Wow.
Ask yourself, would they do that for me? No.
Yes. As in that they wouldn't do that.
Right. Yes.
Yes, they would not. So heed that comment and be like, you know what? Why would I ever do something that not only would they not do for me, they'll probably be like, oh, stupid little dumb burger boy has been flipping his burgers all day long, going to business school like a freaking idiot.
They would literally use your money to get their house back, and they'd be like, check out the house that Burger Boy built. We're not paying back a cent. Stupid idiot gave us this money.
Burger Boy.
And we still have the house.
Oh.
We have a picture with his face on it. We all spit on it at the end of the day.
God.
It's tradition in our house.
Oh, why would I not be surprised if that's actually what they were doing?
Come on, man. I just want him to buy that house, man, because it's the real G move. Well, I can't spoil that movie, so I'm not going to say that reference, but yeah, it's the most satisfying.
I honestly, the more I think about it, I'm like, I just want to be as far. I think we need to like just cut him out.
Yeah.
And then just like
again.
But they're gonna be so much more annoying and so much harder to cut out if you buy the house.
Beep, boop. Restraining order, police. These strange people keep showing up to my private property.
Hopefully, but then that's just getting them to the point of where they harass me enough to be able to get a restraining order. Like I don't even want to. Well, I don't even want to go through that.
OP has been like no harassment for 20 years. Nothing but like slights and insults and ignoring. Yeah. So I mean, hey, now you're gonna get some attention. Now you're gonna get your family's gonna be begging for your attention once you buy their house out from under them.
Oh, I freaking pray he did not give them a single freaking cent. I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either.
That's my prediction. Yeah. That's all we got.